Chapter 2. Ereth makes a decision.
"Kids," Ereth muttered as he hurried away. "They think they're so wonderful. Truth is, they do nothing but make their elders work hard, eat their food, ask for things, break them, then proclaim all adults stupid. And what do kids give in return? Nothing. All that babysitting I do, all that listening to their endlessly boring stories, dumb jokes, what they learned today, hearing Poppy and Rye talk about this one's problems, that one's doings, attending their parties, finding presents for them. Well, here it is my birthday. At least I only have one a year. But do those kids notice? No, not so much as a gill of grasshopper gas. Do they care what I feel, think, am? Not one pinch of pith pills. Right. The whole world would be better off without kids. So all I say is, keep kids to the rear, blow wind, and turn on the fan."
With such thoughts and words churning in his mind, Ereth rushed on. Once, twice, he passed a rabbit, a squirrel, a vole, but when they saw the mood the porcupine was in, they retreated quickly, not willing even to call a greeting. After all, the creatures of Dimwood Forest knew Erethizon Dorsatum quite well. Very few had any desire to interfere with him when he was in one of his bad moods, which was clearly the case that morning. The old porcupine pressed on, his mind taken up by a careful composition of the things he hated, the insults he had endured, the slights he had suffered. The list was very long. The more he recalled, the grumpier he became, and the faster he hurried on. It was an hour before Ereth allowed himself to pause. All his emotion and running had quite worn him out and made him ravenous. Spying a young pine tree, he scrambled over to it and began to peel away the outer bark, then chew on the green layer underneath. "Good, good," he babbled as he gobbled. "This is more like it." Suddenly he lifted his nose, sniffed, and frowned. "Squirrel splat soup. The air has changed." It was true. The air was different. It had become crisp and had a deep, tangy smell. And now that Ereth thought about it, the days had been growing shorter, the nights longer. It was only a question of when the first snow would arrive. "Seasons," Ereth thought to himself. "Boiled bat butter. Just when you get used to one way, everything changes. Why can't things ever stay the way they are? Phooey and fried salamander spit with a side order of rat ribbon. I hate change." More than ever, Ereth was convinced that he needed something to mark the day. But what? It had to be something special, something just for him. Then, in a flash, he knew exactly what would please him most. Salt. Just to think about salt turned Ereth's longing into deep desire and dreamy drools. For Ereth, salt was the most delicious food in the whole world. He could shut his eyes and almost taste it. Oh, if only he had a chunk, a piece, even a lick of salt would salvage the day. No, there was nothing he would not do for the smallest bit of it. The old porcupine sighed. Since no one else was going to pay attention to him, he owed it to himself to find some birthday treat, and salt was the perfect thing. But where was he going to find any? Though Ereth, with his great knowledge of Dimwood Forest, knew exactly where he was, finding salt was quite another matter.